Alright, Blank has a race. 140, or 140 by Insanit. I got the midway, and then I did not succeed last time, so we're gonna try again. I'll just have to do better. Thank you, Stacy. That's literally the only lore I know about this, is some lady whose name was Stacy, or some chatter whose name was Stacy said this to JUZ a lot. Don't know if she's still around. I still think this is... Yeah, this is gotta be one of the Donkey Kong Country games. Just how it looks. Also, I love how, like, the... Oh, whoops, I already messed it up. The intro part here. DKC3, thank you. It's been a while since I've DKC3'd. Or the best. I don't particularly like DKC3, and it's been a staple rant of mine. It's one of those we can clearly tell the B team was working on it instead of the A team. Alright, you need to get on that. Now, funny enough, when the Democracy finished, it told me that Curtis had spent 1,000 and nothing else. Started playing DKC3 recently. Like, there's parts that are cool, but like all the bosses kind of suck. Like, I always feel bad about like killing some of them. Because like they're just like minding their own business. Like, you're the elephant and beating up this crab, or the spider especially. Like, the spider's just chilling. Why did you need to come in and make a big deal about it? You beat up the spider and take, of all things, his Band-Aid. Spider needed that Band-Aid. Had some sort of wound, and you took it off of him. What a dick! Or like the crab creature in the waterfall, he wasn't doing nothing. He was just chilling. Okay. I remember what I'm doing, or did. That's... Love DKC2 the most? Yes. Didn't particularly like it, but you played it most? Weird. Finished both 1 and 2? Yeah, it's not the best third entry. Did rouse after 4, gotta go to bed. Alright, sleep well, Mavs King. Peace speed, when you really gotta go? Yes. Yeah, vote points are one of the few types I can't, like, actually refund. Those in poll ones. And we didn't push you off a cliff. Unless it happens at a different level. But just, I don't know. It bugs me. And everything in there just kind of looks like it's supposed to be a toy. Like, one of the things I really appreciate is the evolution between DKC1 and DKC2. Is like, DKC1, it's like, okay, well, they're just these bad guys who are like reptiles. Okay. DKC2, they're bad guys, they're reptiles, but now they're pirates. And it just works. And the stuff they did in 3, where like the buzzsaw replacing the bees with the weird buzzsaw critters, like, that was just weird. Too early. Didn't care for that. More awkward Squawks level with a more annoying version of Squawks. Like the barrel capturing version. It's not good. Don't know why. Why they thought, oh yeah, that's what people want. And Kiddy Kong. Kiddy Kong's just not that fun to play as. Like, in the first game, Donkey has the problem of being not as good as Diddy. In the second game, Diddy is clearly outclassed by Dixie. Hey look, I remembered what to do. That took me so much less time than it did the first time around. Someone push you off a cliff, you better have your wingsuit on, or your paraglider. Can't top pirates. It was all downhill. Yeah. I like how King K. Rool, at least in the third, like, so he was a king in the first one. In the second one, he's a pirate king. In the third one, or I don't remember how to do Wigglers. He's a mad scientist, which, eh. And then in the fourth one, he's a boxer. That reminds me, does someone understand Wiggler tech? Could someone tell me how you consistently hit a falling Wiggler? I'm still not sure about it. Dixie's good for beginners, Diddy is good for experts, yeah. Well, also just they go fast. That's like one of the key things about those characters, is they're fast. Kitty is slow, and they made Dixie slower. Which I just don't like. Hit the head? Okay. Like, one of the things that they that makes the game worse is that Dixie is now really slow in moving barrels. Like, in the first game, in the second game, you could move barrels at the speed of Kong, regardless of Kong. I think that was also true in the first game. That makes so much more... Oh, no. But I think they wanted to encourage you to use Kitty more. And then the DK coins! Like, DK coins in Donkey Kong Country 2 are a lot of fun. You have to go find them. They're hidden everywhere. All sorts of bonkers places. I am surprised at how simple that advice actually helped. That was fine. Could have had it. But yeah, just... Wait, where was I going with that? Crap, I had a rant going, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, just the movement tech, it's weird. It just feels bad, man. Oh, the DK coins! Right, but instead of being hidden in weird places, in 3, they're like almost always at the end of the level. Almost always require a specific type of barrel you have to find somewhere else in the level. Frequently requiring those annoying little birds that float above your head so that you can, you know, fail that. You have to, like, successfully move this bird all the way through the level to get a single steel barrel to get a chance at it. And don't get me wrong, like, DKC2 definitely had its own, like, you don't have a lot of chances to succeed at this specific thing. Bits. But I felt like those were measured out a little bit better. With possibly one major exception. And that being the, one of the levels in the Haunted Forest. Where you have to go through the entire level, and if you mess up your timing on the DK coin that's in the goal, you're screwed. Parry's only needed for like 2 of them, but Stampede Sprint, yeah, that's one of the ones. There's another one, I guess there was another one you needed for a bonus barrel or something. It turned into a bonus barrel. And it was like a long waterfall level, I forget. But yeah, the parry bird, not my favorite thing ever. And Velt. Oh, right. Think of a pirate ship, pirate on an airship, mad scientist in a castle. No, not in a castle, in a submarine. Easy to forget about the last level being a submarine for some reason. Head parrying, carrying a bonus barrel all the way from the... Yeah, that's one of those. But yeah, I just cannot bring myself. Were you supposed to jump off a barrel? Yeah, that's the one, the swamp level, thank you. The submarine located in the volcano. Yeah, it's a weird system, isn't it? Even though you get a parry on that, you don't get to keep that parry. And that's if you fail the stage, you have to do it again. Yep. That's true. He was also in a weird volcano. The very last level. Ah, oh, man. I need to look up why I let you guys... Like, there was a time... I forget why, but last time I did a lap through DKC2, it was because of democracy, and I want to remember what I agreed... Why I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'll just beat DKC2 today. Because it took me, like, 4 hours. Like... I'm not bad at DKC2, but if you're going 100%, it takes a bit of time. And there are some parts I'm bad at. The traditional, oh no, let us die on the very last, or second to last hit of King K. Rool, or Pirate King K. Rool. Always fun. Should I explain what the volcano with the weird magic coming out of it was for? Yeah, I mean, the plot of those games is kind of thin on the ground, let's be honest with ourselves. It's way too far forward. I need to, like, balance out the distance. Oh, if that had worked. Oh yeah, no, that was in 2 with the weird magic. I love that fight, the final fight, because, like, you get... It's just all of the parts of the King K. Rool fight that are fun and not nerve-wracking. Oh. I need to shell jump there. Also, like, DKC2, aside from, like, one level, doesn't really have very many, like, can I just, no. Doesn't have very many, like, bad gimmick levels. There's some that are lame, but there's not too many that are actively bad. And you've got, like, the elephant scare level. That was actively kind of bad. You've got the rocket thing at the end of DKC3. That was also pretty bad. Like, I'm fairly certain that, like, the A-team at Rare was all working on Banjo-Kazooie at that point in time. It's like, you guys can work on this, but just be aware no one's gonna care. Not bad, they're unique. I think I understand, and I'm not happy. Okay, so I think what I need to do is I just need to go faster. Like, I'm going too slow on that bullet bill obstacle. And that's preventing me. I think that I need there to be a platform for the shell to come down on. So but if I get there too late, it spawns in the air and there's no chance of picking it up. Nope. But like DKC2, there's a few levels that are kind of near the end that are kind of eh. Especially because like there's 3 of them that have similar kind of aspects to them. Like all clustered together. Like you've got the slime climb, you've got the castle crush, and you've got the other one where you spend all your time running up chains. So you have all these like big vertical levels all grouped in the same last chunk of the last world, which is, honestly, I'd say not ideal. Especially because I have 2 of them as auto-scrollers. Bonus barrel right after the goal in that level with the yellow twin enemies. Those must be DKC3 things. It is not ringing a bell. You know what I think it might be telling me to do there? I think I'm supposed to jump out of it. Like, I'm thinking about this. Okay, that could work. That can work. I didn't do it right, but I think that can actually work. Do the same in that with the barrel enemies. Yeah, the barrel enemies. Oh, and then, oh god, that last level. I guess that's the other one I would say is a little bit annoying, is the critter race at the end, where you, like, have to do all of the things with all of the animals. And it's just that long. So long. Not sub to Eldad. They're DKC3 and they're like 2 levels in the Lost World. Oh. I remember there being like weird barrel creeps in 3. It does amuse me how, like, Eldad Cloud is the official name of this thing now. That's what I think of it as. cloud that is spawned by its lonesome is the Eldad cloud. I'm wondering if I'm just using the cloud wrong entirely. EC1, the level with the barrel enemies, the barrels turn around on their own. I don't know what version I have played on. Probably not 1.0, thinking about it now. Oh, maybe. I bought that one at Funko Land. The versions I played more recently have just been on SD to SNES, because man, am I lazy. Club of Chaos? Is that, that's one of the boss fights, right? Nope. I'm wondering... Only now, because you played it on an emulator and thought it happened? He does turn around when you're fighting him. That's a thing that happens. He'll sometimes get you, but maybe I'm thinking about the wrong level. I'm trying to decide if I like... It's a case of if I'm doing it wrong, then I should... Okay, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, okay. That is absolute... Oh. I have an idea now. I have an idea now. I think we have to try. Because it's an Eldad cloud, after all. No, the third Lost World and the DKC you do them in order. Okay. Yeah, it's been... When I play, at least when I play DKC in the past, I think I just discovered some cheese. Which would be smart if I didn't do something stupid like that. Feels like the kind of thing that Louis would have figured out mid-level. Traverse barrels you can spin around over stakes. I might just have to pull it up, take a look, you know the exact name of the level. It's one of those, like, I'm certain I know of it. Nope, it did not. But I'm not really sure what sprite... Oh, no, it didn't! Well, we know the sprite killer works. Well, one of the sprite killers works. Because if I'm in the cloud, when I go to the other sprite killer, it kills the cloud. This kills the cloud. There we go. Ow. But it's possible those ones were placed wrong or something. Like this, I guess this isn't an early Romhack Races level by any means. Cloud's actually a block below or something? Probably. Anyway, Mario's gonna travel in style. We're gonna see what the rest of the level looks like. Not sure what to do with the red Shell. Oh, you need to catch the shell and jump over here. So that explains pretty much all of the level. I thought you needed to do a shell jump, but no, you just need to... What was the purpose of this thing, then? Oh, no, you do need to do a shell jump. If you get here too late, those drop on your head. Okay. Well, that doesn't... Yeah, okay. I'm fairly certain at the speed that I can go as Mario in a cloud, this doesn't work. So maybe it was left in as kind of a joke. Yeah, there's no way to get that. And yeah, these guys are just going to fall out of the sky every time I do this. So yeah, there's no winning there. Alright, well at least we know now. Do. I still think that's the right move. Oh! Oh, there is a thing there it's eating. Okay. Yeah, getting there earlier does help. Left-right cloud exists? Yeah. There was like a really old, I guess old at this point, OLDC level that exploited a bunch of weird cloud tech. But because it was exploiting weird cloud tech where you could go through walls, it was fairly easy to beat because you could just go through the wall. Oh yeah, they published the calendar, didn't they? Ever get around to looking at that? Goes right. I swear there's a way to go left through things with the cloud, but it's been a long time since I played that level. Let's see. Ah, there it is. The events calendar is live. Got QLDC in mid-January, C3 on February the 13th. Yeah, the quarter event lines. It's for the best. Like, in order to have people around to do stuff, it's usually hard to know exactly how far in advance someone can do something. So it'd be like, hey... Like, BD would be like, hey, Val, can you do this? And other things. And I think this is actually just a good improvement, because on a quarter basis, if you know roughly when it is, you can kind of adjust your expectations and whatnot. And it makes it easier to get staff that are around at a given point in time to do the contest stuff. Not that there's a lot you gotta do beyond answer questions and collate BPSs, typically. I guess there's some that are more complicated than others. Advent of ASM. That could be fun. I mean, I already know what that is, so I can't, like, tell you. But, you know, if you're an ASM person, it's probably going to be fun. Oh, whoops. I do think the thing I'm doing when I'm jumping on... Maybe jumping on the bullet bill is cheese. It's one of those things where this is clearly a track that was not composed for listening to for a long time. In Final Fantasy VI, it's for an area that basically you're never going to go to more than the one time you're required to go to it. Unless you just really like Gao. Which I do not. Gao has his moments. But Gao is I mean, Gao's an interesting idea. They threw a lot at the kitchen sink in 6, and you can tell they kind of backed off from those ideas in 7. Like, 7, there's not a significant difference between pretty much all of the characters in 7. Plus or minus materia, Tifa is the same as Cloud, is the same as Sid, is the same as Red 13. Captain Power Slave? Nah, this is the Velt theme from Final Fantasy VI. Plus or minus the limit break stuff, they're kind of different, but honestly, like, is Barrett's instead of limit breaks all that different from Sid's? Aerith got some cool ones. Tifa has the weird slot mechanic. Cat Sith and Vincent are very different, to their credit, in terms of what you get out of their limit breaks. But for the most part, none of the characters are... Oh! Significantly different. Their super moves are different, yeah. Whereas in Final Fantasy VI, basically every character is its own class. Some of them are good. Edgar's great. Like, his tool ability remains useful pretty much the whole game. Others fall off kind of early. Cyan never falls on. That's tricky. But yeah, Gaiu's thing is rage. And so when you use Gaiu in battle, you only have one option, which is rage, which brings up a menu of a bunch of different critters you fought. And like, the problem is this is almost every single thing in the game. There's unique exceptions. There are some bosses, there are some not bosses. But like, when it comes down to it, there's probably going to be like 1 or 2 rages that you ever end up using. I maintain that basically the best for the duration you are required to use it is, dang it, Stray Cat. Because Stray Cat has Cat Scratch, and Cat Scratch does like 8x damage. Sounds like a Pokemon when I put it that way. But basically, it's just a really effective standard hit. Okay, that didn't work. Controversial, some like him, some don't. The main reason to dislike is it's really hard to figure out which of his 252 rages are worth using. Yes, exactly. Some of them are actively bad. And I don't mean just mediocre, but like, I want to say there's one that like casts that's something debilitating or does fusion or something silly. You know, one of those Final Fantasy, we put this in our blue magic stack, even though it's no one's ever going to use this ability, pretty much. But, like, there's some really good ones in there if you spend your time and find them, like the White Dragon. White Dragon is a pretty good rage. It's kind of hard to get things to cast Pearl in that, that do Pearl elemental damage in that game. Something that does it for free is nice. Instager sounds amazing. Has auto vanish, absorbs element, and rage uses infusion, which removes Gal from the fight. There you go. Thank you. Like, actively stupid. And better not sketch him. Sketch is another one of those, like, when I was a kid, I tried using it and found it lacking. And now, as an adult, I never use it. You want to know why? Because there's a small percent of chance it'll just wreck my game. Well, this makes me all the happier that nowadays, since I'm playing on SD to SNES, I back up my saves periodically. Wrong direction. Not to mention, of course, you want to use that particular rage. You have to have fought the monster, defeated it, and then find it on the veldt and defeat it again. Which is tedious. Because it's all RNG, because it's every battle formation you could possibly ever get is on the veldt somewhere. Back up the whole card? Yeah, that's smart. But what I mean specifically is the SNES game module basically knows about SRAM and will try to back it up periodically, if necessary. Move yourself in the fight sense. You know, it's practical, but it's not a good idea. Yeah, back up the whole card every once in a while is not a bad idea either. But just the way I use it. In all honesty, what I should do is I should back up this card and probably start a new one, so I've been using this one for a while. Sketch is awful for 2 reasons. Other than Sketch Glitch, which is infamous for destroying save data. Yep. If you sketch something that's invisible in Final Fantasy VI, instead of just failing, it bricks the game. It does wacky stuff. Based upon, like, the spell in your second character's 4th position or something, I forget. It's a wacky, wacky pointer it ends up building. Use the enemy stats. Enemy stats are lower than player stats. A lot of enemies are immune to the very elements of attack their sketch uses. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, basically, if you're going to use Realm anyway, you just immediately start slapping, like, good Magicite on her, because she has a very high, by default, magic power stat. Start getting her casting, you know, Fire 3 as soon as possible. But otherwise, like, this is not a character you would use for their ability. There are characters you use for the ability. Straight up. Like, Setzer. Setzer is amazing late game. And even mid-game, like, so I rolled, like, a 4-drop Fiesta thing, Final Fantasy VI, a while ago, and I ended up with Setzer, and I wasn't excited. What I didn't realize was just how bad the healing economy is if you don't have, like, a spellcaster who can heal you. Do a sketch-only run? I think it's possible. Well, you have to get far enough in the game to do it, but sure, why not? But yeah, like, slot, great way to just get incidental healing until you get better healing. Because I think in Final Fantasy VI, there's really not that many different levels of healing potion. You have tonics, which are like 50, maybe 100, I forget. Potions, which are 250, definitely remember that. Or possibly 500, I forget. Maybe I forgot. And then, what was the other one? X potions. Heals you entirely. And so, you know, if you have characters who can't do any magical healing, you definitely need to heal periodically. And slot gets you incidental healing of like 100, or maybe not even 100, like 50 across the group. Because one of the restrictions was you couldn't equip any Magicites, so you couldn't learn any magic. You could use, like, default magic if the people in your party could use it. But none of the people in my party had default magic. In fact, I rolled really shit. I got Edgar, which is good. I got Setzer, who turns into a late-game god, between Gil tossing. And it's such a goofy result, but it's surprisingly good. Like, it just, you get heal in incidental fights. That's what it does, and that's good. Nuts. And then I ended up with Edgar, Tools, Setzer, late game god, Cyan, who's just not great. Like, the problem is Cyan's official ability is Sword Tech, and Sword Tech seems like it's cool, and there's some cool effects you can get. It's one of the few things in the game that does multi-hit. The problem? You have to wait forever for anything to happen. Yeah, fixed dice. I actually went with Genji Glove offering fixed dice and regular dice when I got to the end game. And Setzer was just a god. So it's like heal economy in 5, don't roll thievery. Yeah, pretty much. Though I think you can buy, like, good potions better. I mean, few things can hold up to 8 attacks like that, and the offering... I want to say the offering Genji Glove downsides don't apply because fixed dice use their own damage calculation. Or if they do apply, it scarcely matters. Said late game god. If I didn't get Setzer, I would have been hosed. And the other character I got was Umaro. And Umaro is a less interesting berserker. It's a secret character whose entire shtick is... he attacks things. And if you equip 1 or 2 relics on him, he gets more differenter attacks. He has a pretty decent, like, AoE ice attack, but the problem is it's RNG. So good luck having it show up. They still care about stats at all? Well, I don't know about stats. It comes into the battle calculation and whether or not it does the division at the right spot for it to matter. And I don't know Final Fantasy VI's battle calculations as well as Final Fantasy V's, because Sula's just not that big of a fan of Final Fantasy VI comparatively. But... And also, like, unlike Final Fantasy V, you lose characters for large chunks of the game. Like, you know, you start with Terra, you lose Terra, you get Terra back, you lose Terra again. One of those things. Dang it. Yeah, he's a concept. He's a secret character, too. Like, you have to do something very oddly specific to get him anyway. Like, I doubt very many kids found him without the guide. And, like, he's just not good. So my party going up the tower was Edgar in one group, Setzer in the other group, and Cyan and Umaro, because I needed something to babysit the ape. I guess Yeti, technically. But he's just not good. That's the problem. Also, I think one of his attacks might involve throwing people, so I think I wanted to keep that. But I might be confusing that with the Hurley gloves, which is way more fun. Ugh. But yeah, Berserkers just don't do well in Final Fantasy games. They almost always have the wrong stats and everything to make them actually good. Because, like, Final Fantasy V, the idea is Berserkers are going to hit hard, but they give them weapons that are just terrible for this task. Axes are very, and hammers are very misprone. Have incredibly high variance damage, which again doesn't, you know, lead itself to the whole fantasy of berserking. I mean, axes still have the nice property of piercing defense, but honestly, till you get to near the end game, nothing has a whole lot of defense. And it's a percentage defense removal. But then they make it even worse by just making them slow. And speed is the most important stat. How many turns you get kind of determines how everything goes. And Berserkers just don't get that many turns. It sucks. I was doing this. Axes are great, especially the part where they miss a lot. Yeah. There are properties on them that would make them valuable to use if the circumstances were different, but basically, aside from the Doom Axe, you basically are better off never using an axe in Final Fantasy V, especially in the later ones where they fix the knife stuff. So, like, giving your Berserker a knife actually becomes reasonable because it had... Well, no, it doesn't actually. Because it's another multiplier based on speed, so it doesn't. But yeah, giving your Berserkers anything else tends to work out a little bit better. There's a lot of good knives. Yeah, the Doom Axe is great. I've never abused the Mini. That's actually kind of interesting. Never even considered that. That's actually kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, Doom Axe is nice because it's a pretty consistent death thing you can get access to at a fairly early time. Like, if I'm doing Berserkers, I always get a Doom Axe. Just because it'll be useful throughout the whole game. Because you just don't get access to insta-death stuff that's remotely reliable. Or even is reliable. Even if it's not terribly reliable. I think one say it's like a 15% chance to Doom. But, like, you're fighting a random fight and you just instantly kill something. Hey, one last fight. Mini Doom. Oh, you know, that's... Huh. Yeah, and that's actually not that hard to pull off because there's a bunch of mini mages in the preceding forest. Like, that is actually a reasonable strat. Dang it. List of reasons to use Zerker. Your 4-job Fiesta told you so. Yeah, that's it. Going for 100% completion? Sure. Actually, you know what? There is one thing that's not bad in the 4-job Fiesta setting. If you have a job that really doesn't benefit from getting another ability equipped or something, equipped axes is actually pretty powerful. So, like, the benefit there is it raises your strength to Berserker strength, so you go from, like, whatever your default is to, like, 56. And that could make, like, some classes who are kind of bad into pretty decent attackers. But, big caveat, you are sacrificing an ability slot. Final Fantasy V mostly gives you one. Freelancers and mimics notwithstanding. And so you're giving up the ability to cast spells or, I don't know, jump. Jump's not that good either. But it does get you, like, a useful thing. Like, I think I've actually done that. Like, I had, like, a monk and then some spellcasters. And I'm like, there's nothing I can really give the monk that's going to make him any better, so I gave him, like, equip axes, because that made him marginally stronger. I did it! I hope you know how to do a star clip. No? Just run and do a full spin jump. When you touch the stair, it's easy. Oh, are they serious? Wait. They might be serious. They were serious. What? What is this nonsense? Stair clip. Ah, not star clip. Stair clip. Just run and do a full spin jump when you touch the stair. What? What is this shit? I mean, worst comes to worst, I'm gonna clip through so I can actually complete this. This is a bizarre ending for a Romhack Races level. Hold jump and walk back and forth. I'm holding jump. Should I be holding run too? Oh wait, no. Hold jump. I'm not. I'm scared because I don't know if there's a checkpoint. Alright, let's see. What are the other one? From the bottom? Right at the bottom? E-speed? Okay. I'm so glad. Got some people who know their Kuso tech. Run forward when Mars Pikito touches the bottom step. Press and hold spin jump. Okay. I think I get it. I mean, whether or not I get through it will be the dominating factor. There's a timer! Okay. You hold jump and walk back and forth. You can also clip, glitch the stairs. Okay. I have to say, I don't think I like how this level's been laid out. Hold the jump button when you walk down. Okay, I can do that. Should I be walking down at P speed? Also, hi, Guru Gadget. This better not put me back in the other section. Or back of one jump. Okay. Part of the issue here is, like, I am playing on projector. I'm not going to get, like, 1 or 2 frame things, typically. What? I got it! Whew! I almost walked back into the pit, because I looked over at chat. I'm not quite sure how I did it, but I did it in time. Please don't tell me there was another... Okay. No other gimmick. And no credits. Weird. Alright. Holding jump for the wins. I guess. I didn't even see how it worked. So I'm just happy it worked. In all honesty, I'll have to watch the VOD myself to know. No. Not a chance. Not a chance. Anyway, that was a fun level. Just, you know, just weird. Weirdly paced. Like, the beginning I expected it to be all about the vines, and then it didn't. It wasn't about the vines at all. It was actually about moving fast block snakes, and then the second part's about vines, and then the third part's about glitches. It's like, it feels like it was like three concepts, well, two and a fraction concept thrown together at the last second, rather than one cohesive level. Not complaining, but it was still had fun.